Hello, everyone, and welcome to the stream. This is Otaku Showboat. Today is the Tuesday, April 14th, 2020. If you are watching the VODs on YouTube, do not forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and if you are so inclined, head on over to twitch.tv/OtakuShowboat to leave a follow to be notified when I go live Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to approximately 1 p.m. US Eastern Time. You can do all of the social stuff through the links below the video, including supporting Pyandon's mods development at patreon.com/Pyandon and myself at patreon.com/OtakuShowboat. So, last time we met, I worked a lot on our little Mukmoux build here for manure. And we basically finished our little Mukmoux build for manure. There have been a few changes, few updates. Haven't really looked at all of the updates that have happened in the Pie Suite lately. A lot of it seems to revolve around this button. Around this button that has been added now, that tells you what the fuel value is of all of the resources. Yeah! Yay! Yay! We have a thing that tells you the fuel value of all the resources. However, you may notice a thing here when I scroll down on this list. Yeah, it makes everything scroll. It makes all of these things scroll, which is interesting. Interesting, to say the least. But hey, now we have a place that says the fuel values. These have increased their speed, ideally, by about 3 times, so I don't need that many anymore. Hopefully. Ideally, I don't need that many anymore. And I've been toying around with this a little bit this morning, just because we're gonna have a bit of a waiting game. We have a bit of a waiting game currently in that I need more Mukmoux modules. I apparently have accrued about 21 while sitting here. 10, 15, 20, 21. Put those cages back. And you can see what I'm going to be trying to do here. I'm going to uncage them, and then I need a filter inserter to get the cages off and get the modules there, so that at least the cages keep flowing, and that becomes somewhat automated as we go along. So I think that's what I'm going to start off with on this particular day, is a trip to the mall to pick up some additional resources. Some more cages would be very much ideal, but also I need some filter inserters again. I had stopped requesting them because I don't need them all that often, but I guess I need them now. Again. So I will request some filter inserters. And off we go! So, it was also Easter last time. Had done a few things after the stream. We had a meal. We had ham. In particular, I made some cauliflower mashed cauliflower. Oh, hello, Train. Nice to see you. Had a cauliflower mash. With that, we also had some Portuguese-style green beans. Just like green beans with onions and some Portuguese chorizo. Which was also nice. Very, very nice. Just a random mix of stuff. That was our big meal that we had. I was also roped into helping with a new toy that we got around here called a power washer. And yeah, I got to experience that for the first time. Pressured water to clean the front of the house as best as we can without going up a ladder, because screw that noise for the moment, especially on a holiday. So let's just say I woke up the next morning and was a little bit sore. Just a little bit sore. Now, I also needed to pick up some additional modules. Yep. So let's grab some of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That'll be more than enough. Hopefully. Where did I leave the vehicle? All the way over there. Oh, of course I did. Here, have those. So the bots brought me the inserters. What else did I want? The Mukmoux that have been made through the old way, through the from nothing way. Over here, these, however many have been made from this. I don't actually want this to keep moving because this is a demand on science. The cow in particular. I suppose I should also stop the Tufra, maybe. Should probably stop that one as well. But the cow, I think, is taking green science when it's made, so I definitely think that I want to stop that now and get rid of the stuff in the inventory as best I can. I don't need to do that other recipe anymore now that I have a decent enough setup that can give me some additional Mukmoux. I may actually add a little bit onto this build that will be manure just to have a consistent supply of the Mukmoux over time, so I have like a bit of a buffer in case I do want to build some more Mukmoux at some point. And I guess the other thing is just cages. Cages! Hello, cages. I think it would actually be better to go over here and grab... Oh, hello. What would be best here? Oh, hey, that's a problem that I can fix. By doing that. Yeah. So that'll pull from there now. Even more tweaking to these stupid cages. Hello, cages. Give me cages. Give me all the cages. Just stand here. Give me the cages. I need you. I need a few of you. Alright, so off we go. Back again. I think. Just one more check. What else do I need that I am not carrying right now? I think that I'm carrying everything that I need for the moment. So now the only manual process here will be actually putting the modules into the machines. Now, I could make that not manual by placing some roboports with a few construction robots. But I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna make yet another... My inventory is full to pick up the stone that I just produced by destroying a rock. I don't want to keep making a whole bunch of different logistic networks all over the place. That sounds not very nice. More things destroyed. Even more things destroyed. Hello, train. Yeah, let's try not potentially destroying our trains. As weird as that sounds, with the crawdad being completely immune to damage from impact, we run a risk of actually hurting our trains. Alright, so I need this. You need to be for the cages. And you need to be for the Mukmoux. Somewhere in here, somewhere in this list. You. And there we go. Ta-da! Here, have some cages. Oh. Right. It's a few cages. It's a few cages I just put in. And note, I have stopped the cages from going here. Hello, Dexmark. Dexmark 5. The fifth. The fifth Dex. Thank you so much for the follow. I'm just collecting Mukmoux at the moment to add modules into these 100 some odd Mukmoux farms. Or whatever the hell they are called. Pastures. All of the glorious pastures. Here, have things move faster. So once everything in this line gets modules, that'll be all making cages, caged Mukmoux, which gives me more modules. I could try to keep going here, but I think what I want to do is scale the manure next, so that I have a consistent supply of manure going all the way over here. When I see that the manure thing gets backed up, that's when I'll know that I have currently sufficient quantities, because this isn't always moving right now. It isn't always moving, although it is backed up, so there's that too. But it won't be forever as we continue adding modules and as things start to move more and more quickly. This will start consuming those other resources more often. They'll just periodically have to go back and forth. This is a positive feedback loop, so it by nature will get faster and faster as we go along. Each one of these, by the way, is 8 modules. I think I'll add a second row here. Move my little filter inserter a section over. I might actually need some more thingamaboppers. Have a few more of these thingies. Just a few more is good. Give me all the Mukmoux. All of it. So yeah, right now it's just one of those necessary processes where we're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, but ideally, once this is all done, everything will get transitioned over to being manure, and we'll have ultimately a yellow belt of manure. Now, what I could do, instead of just keep going back and forth like this, is I could focus on something else and let it accrue for a little while, and I think I will do just that, because we do have other things that need to be done in this setup. Just going to go all the way over to start adding more modules to the actual manure build over here, because something tells me I'm going to need some more of that. That is only on this line, I think. On the far right, not any of these at the moment. Yeah, so that's sending the manure. Let's make a train station. Take a brief detour to make a train station. Oh, right, I also forgot to do the thing with the Faugi. Let's do the thing with the Faugi first. As apparently my voice is, raspy for some weird reason. Don't really understand why. Don't know. The rasp is real at the moment. Come on, you. You, and you. Yay! That's 100 Mark II Faugi plantations with Mark II modules in it. Success! Hallelujah! Beautiful things, wonderful things. Maybe I should put Faugi on the train station too. Although, it doesn't... How much extra do I have here? I don't think there's enough to warrant that. Besides, I can just put this wherever. That's the thing about this Relesia and Faugi build here. It's like, I can do either / both of these two processes anywhere. I don't need to put anything from these onto a train station, onto my train network when I can just make it locally. Also, flue gas should have additions to it. I have not thought about barreling flue gas. Apparently that's a thing that one can do. I may need to do a thingy. There we go. So, biomass into 150 flue gas. Alright. In a gas refinery. Okay. Gas refinery, huh? 10 ash to 150 flue gas, as well as hot air to give an extra 50 units of flue gas. That's pretty decent. That's pretty decent, and it means that I could have no tar in is required to do the flue gas anymore for the Relesia builds. That is nice, actually. That is pretty nice, because I have an overflow of biomass that gets produced out of this. I have a bit more, just a bit more ability, bit higher of an ability to produce biomass to make the flue gas for this. So I can very easily spend biomass. I don't even think I would need to do the hot air, although I could do the hot air as well. That is another closed system, just a little bit extra power, couple additional buildings. Actually, it's 2 buildings and a few pressure pumps, but yeah, it should be okay overall. That is nice. I now no longer need to be near a source of tar. Relesia use flue gas now. Well, the Relesia 8 recipe uses flue gas. Not all Relesia recipes use flue gas. Only the later stages. That is not the correct Relesia. Ahem. This is the correct Relesia. So it starts with hydrogen as the gas of choice. We have an ash soil manure hydrogen, but it once... Oh, and then there's a syngas one, and then there's a flue gas one that gives 25. All the way down here, the best one that I have access to right now. So this is the highest I can go on Relesia for the moment. Once I get Botany Stage 4, apparently, there are additional fertilizer and then growth factor recipes but we shall see. Urea, that's going to be a hard no. That's going to be like hard pass. Hell no. On an expenditure of urea like that. Thank you for the follow, the Mark 5th Dex. What did you miss? Not much. Positive feedback looping. That's all you've really missed. I got my modules for the remaining Phalagi. And hello, Ave. Welcome. And we were talking a little bit about the flue gas just now. That's what you've actually missed. We've talked a little bit about the flue gas. There's now the flue gas from biomass that makes it so that I don't need to have any tar input here anymore, which is pretty decent. Pretty decent for future builds. I'm not going to be tweaking that right now. And yeah, just positive feedback loops here. Place the thing. There we go. Place the thing. Oh, also this. So I may have decided to automate the uncaging of the Mukmoux to get the cages back on. So at least the thing keeps moving consistently. Right, this entire line has stuff. I am in the process of adding modules to every single one of these Mukmoux farms. And quite potentially also allowing it to accrue a few additional thingies. I don't know why I'm doing this on this side, but Here, do manure instead, and I'll change the things. Flue gas ash to flue is very bad. Well, I think that's intentional. Why would you go? Why would you want to loop that? There's no point. Also, go away. All of that. I don't know why. Like, the game itself needs to be a little bit smarter, to be completely honest. I'm about to get a whole bunch of manure on my doohickey. Yes, on my doohickey. There, I can do that and be fine. I'm about to get a whole bunch of the it gets split earlier. In the box at the end that has all the caged Mukmoux, but that's fine. I can just take all of it. And dump it there. Goodbye. Huh? Oh, right. You can move again. More modules. More! MOAR. You can go. Here now. Unleash the cages! Cycle more. Give me more modules. Faster. I need all of the modules as quickly as possible. You can see this is picking up the pace. It is starting to pick up the pace. 0, 0. That will help a bit going forward. Alright, how we doing? Another stack. Good. Now we're starting to deal in stacks of these things. But I need to make sure that I am constantly adding into the ones that actually make me manure. Speaking of which, all of these would also have to be manure because they output onto this line as well. Yes, yes, yes. All the stuff filling my trash slots. I'm actually gonna put a guess the buffer warehouse down because it's convenient to help keep my inventory sorted. You there, Shift C. Hello, stuffs. Alright, there's everything out of the inventory. Cannot insert thingy. My inventory was full. Yay! Okay. Good. Continuing! Back and forth all the time. I still need to make the train station. So let's just get these modules placed in our manure thingy. I'll know I have enough manure production once this all backs up here. Oh, is that it for that line? Yay! That's it for that line. So many modules. But they're alive! They're working! Functional Mukmoux. I hope at this point folks can sort of see and get an idea as to why I haven't done this yet. It's just, it takes so long. This is our third stream working on this, right? This is the third stream. I didn't do... Alright, so, well, day one, it wasn't all about this. It eventually became this, but day one was sort of planning cotton guts. Remember how this all started as planning out for cotton guts? And then deciding ultimately that I should have a dedicated production area for having manure to help with Tufra. This is manure that's going to be feeding Tufra in a Tufra recipe that uses manure that will make sugar that will be used to upgrade our cotton guts to Mark II. So, like, the whole chain of events right now is we're making manure for Tufra, for sugar, for Mark II cotton guts. That's where we are right now. And it's been this is the third day of this. We spent the entire time last time building out this, and we only got to the point where we have started this particular feedback loop setup. So I think I'm going to add more to our production of the thingamaboppers. I need thingies. I need thingy. How much I need of what? For my Renea. Renea requires another type of thingy, apparently. Yadel? Yadel. That's the word you were looking for there. You were looking for the word Yadel. It came out as yandere, which is a completely different concept. Okay? Just so we're clear, that word you wrote means something very different. Yes, a yandere is something we definitely do not need in our lives right now. But a yadel on the later Renea recipes, I'm sure it's insane. Just looking at this, it seems like it would be a heck of a big build to do 2 yadel at a time on this for not that big of an improvement on the output of the Renea. Anyway, I need a train station, as I keep saying. I keep saying this, and I am not building it, so let's switch to the actual termite bots. Yeah, spending Yadles like that should be a much more significant boost. And or it should be only one Yadle, as opposed to two. Don't know why it was two in the first place. That sounds like a terrible idea for it to be two. Let's see. Where do I want the in and out? We can do something interesting here. We can have the in on one side and the out on the other. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have the entrance on one. Here's the entrance. Makes more sense to have it down here. Entrance. And then exit up here. Ta-da, there's our train station. Entrance and exit. I'll work backwards this time. Or, Again, with the wanting to have a mirror button, I really need to consider adding a mod that lets me mirror blueprints, because I would really like that to face the other direction. But I would really like it if that was facing the other direction entirely. Because as it stands at the moment now, we're going to build down. I'm just thinking. Oh, rail. Right. Actually need units of rail. Yeah, I know I should just build a mirrored blueprint of it. That's what I'm thinking I need to do. Just build it myself manually. Do I have units of rail in the thingy? No. So I guess I'm not actually building the train station right now. Alright, well. Let's add the modules, and then go and grab some rail. More sufficient units of rail. Is that okay? It's not actually gonna move for the moment. Heck, it looks like I just simply do not have sufficient cages to have everything move for the moment. Because yes, more cages are required. I guess I can actually then switch... Oh, I can't switch this over. I would need... I would need to switch both of these to manure. And then, like, clean... that's so bad. Anyway. Let's add these. I think just the act of going back to the bus and then coming back with the rails and finishing the build for the rails will have enough uncaged Mukmoux to finish. the build and then can switch it over with some spares, I should add. And then can switch it over to all being manure. The most efficient early game urea source. Well, the only early game urea source is through Og manure. You don't have a choice. You really don't have a choice in the early game. Anyway, like urea, you have a whole of really it's 3 total recipes on manure. You have liquid manure Zogna, which is your only option in the early game. Or you have wastewater blood, which you can do out of a number of aquatic creatures. The easiest is fish, so you'll see sometimes talk of doing fish-based urea, which is you slaughter your fish into blood and then do the atomizing into urea and take the wastewater output of the fish process to also make more urea. So it's just converting fish into blood and into urea and then using the wastewater for urea. That is an other option, but they're still roughly equivalent considering what you need to actually do the fish. It's like you also have to consider, well, what's the cost of making the fish? And the fish is a lot of power, for one. The fish is a lot of power. King still hasn't fixed this yet. He's been a little bit too busy with making a thing for the fuel value. We have a wiki now, by the way. It's 1 page and it's all fuel value, and the scroll bar sort of scrolls the whole of the everything. It scrolls the whole of the everything up at the top there. Just, all of this stuff gets scrolled too when you scroll this list. But yeah, so fish, it's lamps. So Zogna is also going to require similar resources as lamps. Why is it giving me all of the barrels when I type in Zogna? Anyway, so yeah, lamps. Lamps. Hey. Lamps, wood, petri dishes. Pressurized air. And you use that in the liquid manure recipe. Oh, thank you. Thank you, King, for the prime. Let's see. Yep. Prime's, that's just Factorio adding the scroll bar. Yes. I figured as much. It is Factorio being Factorio on that scroll bar. Wow, that's interesting because that prime resub ultimately didn't actually show up in my little mini feed. And that's been a problem actually, I think, lately, is that the Streamlabs, at the very least the Streamlabs feed, I don't know if the actual, I think at the actual activity feed on Twitch as well lately has not been alerting on like silent resubs. So there's been a few prime resubs that have gone through. In fact, last stream there was a prime resub that I saw went through just only by virtue of I know what my sub points are right now, and it went up by 1 during the stream, but there was no alert whatsoever about it. I was like, huh, okay. And there's no way of me actually seeing who it was at all outside of trying to like download the list of current subscribers and see compared to a previous list of who iterated one value. It's like really interesting how that works. We're here. We're at the bus. Give me stuff. Why am I carrying 5 cages? Oh right, because I switched things. Isn't there a date? No. I don't think so. I have to look at the thing. I don't think it shows uh, a date. It's just who's currently subscribed. It's a very simple list that you get out of it, but anyway. Where is my big thing of rail?